Imagine the woman who made your life a nightmare. The one who fined you for your grass being half an inch too tall. Who humiliated your family with bogus violations, being led away in handcuffs, busted for stealing over $40,000 from the very neighbors she tormented. This is the true story of how the most hated HOA president in town finally got what she deserved, and how a single stolen stimulus check brought down her entire empire. For 3 long years, Karen Whitmore ruled Maple Creek Estates like a suburban tyrant. She was the HOA president, self-appointed enforcer of community standards, and everyone feared her. Karen didn't just walk around with a clipboard, she lived for it. She measured grass height with a ruler. She knocked on doors at dawn to lecture about newspaper etiquette. Her pink velour tracksuit was as permanent as her scowl. From the moment my wife Sarah and I moved into the neighborhood, she had it out for us. Within a week, she slapped us with a violation. Apparently, our garden hose was visible from the street. That broke Section 8.4 of the Aesthetic Guidelines. Then came the citations. Trash cans out too long, grass too tall by a quarter inch, mailbox too scuffed, but we kept quiet. We were new, we didn't want trouble. Then came the pandemic. I lost my marketing job. Sarah's hours at the dental office were cut in half. Money got tight, real tight. So when that $1,200 stimulus check finally arrived, we cried. It meant food, lights, survival. Sarah deposited it at the bank, and we waited, and waited. Weeks passed, no money showed up. Then, a letter, on official HOA letterhead, from Karen. Dear residents, your recent government payment has been collected and applied toward outstanding community violations. I read it 3 times. Karen, had, stolen, our stimulus, check. Furious, I marched to her front porch. She answered in her usual smug tracksuit, clipboard in hand. When I confronted her, she laughed. Actually laughed. She said we owed exactly $1,200 in fines for things like mailbox scuffs and unauthorized petunias. She claimed she was helping us by applying our stimulus to our debt. I told her she had no legal right to intercept government mail. She just smirked and said, "As HOA president, I have broad discretionary powers." That night, I couldn't sleep. Something didn't sit right. So the next morning, I called a few neighbors, quietly, carefully. Mrs. Rodriguez whispered that her Social Security check had gone missing. Mr. Peterson never got his tax refund. Each of them had received violation notices, just before their checks vanished. That's when I called the bank. Their fraud department pulled up the footage. And there she was, Karen Whitmore, cashing my check, with her signature. This was federal check fraud, a felony. I called attorney Rebecca Chen. She took one look and said, "You've got her." The police moved fast. Detective Rodriguez got a warrant. What they found shocked even the officers. Karen had been intercepting government checks for 2 years. Tax refunds, stimulus payments, veteran benefits, Social Security. She'd created fake violations, forged endorsements, and cashed over $40,000 worth of checks. She had a spreadsheet, names, check amounts, fake fines. Her house had folders filled with forged letters, fake board meeting notes, and detailed records. She even had a second computer, filled with templates for fraudulent violation notices. Her worst trick? Befriending the neighborhood mail carrier, telling him she was helping the elderly manage their mail. On the morning of her arrest, half the neighborhood gathered to watch. Karen came to the door in her bathrobe, shocked. Officer Martinez read the charges: check fraud, forgery, mail theft. She tried to argue. "I was protecting property values." But it was over. They cuffed her on her porch, and the HOA dictator was dethroned. At trial, the judge didn't hold back. This was an unconscionable breach of trust that preyed on vulnerable community members during a time of national crisis. Karen was sentenced to 3 years in federal prison and ordered to pay every cent back. As for us, The neighborhood has never felt more peaceful. People smile more, share stories, watch out for each other. And that binder full of HOA rules, it sits in our closet as a reminder of the time we took down a tyrant. Sometimes justice doesn't come from the courts. It starts with a stolen check, a few brave phone calls, and the courage to say enough is enough. Goodbye, Karen, and good riddance.